So, I wasn't planning on going to make a video today, but I decided to make one today, and I feel like it's probably a good idea that I do make one, especially with all the news about the topic that I'm going to talk about. Now, I am going to talk about the political race for the presidency this year that's coming up, and all the candidates and who I'm going to vote for, or at least who I am thinking about voting for, but I'm just going to go on and talk what's on my mind, and we're just going to see how it goes. So, first off, a little bit about my political history. I've always been kind of a conservative Republican. I've always voted for Republican presidency candidates and anything in that because I felt like their beliefs were kind of the same as mine, and I felt like they would have probably had a little bit. They would have helped make those ideas come true. But with this race itself, I just feel like that no one in the Republican Party really isn't that good. I remember when Rand Paul was running a few months ago, and I actually liked him. I was planning on voting for him whenever primaries came around, but he dropped out all of a sudden, so there was nothing that I couldn't really do about that. I can't influence him. I'm just one person. Then Ted Cruz and Mark Rubio. Ted Cruz is probably, if I were to vote Republican, he'd probably be the one that I want to vote for. And I know I'm probably going to get hate for that, but oh well. I felt like he is probably the best Republican candidate out there right now. I don't know. I've never really listened to Mark Rubio, so I can't really give you a good thing, like if he's a good candidate or not. I don't know. Ted Cruz, I think, is the guy that I'm going to vote for the primary for the Republican spot. I'll leave the other candidate for toward the end of the video, and you know who I'm all talking about. Now let's go to the Democratic side. I feel like they have better candidates than the Republican Party. First, let's talk about Hillary Clinton. First up, she was the wife and first lady to Bill Clinton. I am surprised. No, I'm not surprised that she's running. I am surprised, though, that she's still with Bill after what Bill did with Monica Lewinsky. And for those of you who don't know the Monica Lewinsky scandal, go look it up on Google. You should probably know about it, but oh well. So, I read through her, like, what her ideals and everything is and what she wants to do. And I feel like that she isn't really the best candidate for the Democratic Party, even though she is the most popular right now, but very slightly compared to Bernie Sanders, and I'll get to him in a little bit. But I do have some bad. I don't really like Hillary Clinton, and I think the reason why people are voting for her is because, one, oh my God, it's a woman that's going to be president for the first time ever, making milestones. Okay, here's what I'm going to say about that. I'm all for equality and politics and everything, but the candidate has to be a good candidate. And I don't think Hillary is the best candidate to become president. So you can't really make an argument based on that. It's like saying the same thing whenever Barack Obama was running in 2008. You couldn't say, oh, well, he was good because he's black and he'll be the first black president. At the time, I thought it was okay. I liked his ideas, and I thought he was going to be a good president. But it turns out through the 8 years that he's been president, he hasn't really been the best president. Yes, he did fix some of the problems that Bush gave him after he left. But he did create some more. So, yes. Now, Bernie Sanders, he's a big candidate among my generation, the 19, the 20, and the 20s and the teenager, that demographic, because he is making, like, he's saying that he'll make college free, he'll do a whole bunch of stuff to help everyone out and everything, and I like them, but the thing is, it's the thing, how will he make college free? He's going to have to raise taxes exponentially just to get us, to make us have the money to do that. And we're already in debt like $19 trillion, something like that, right? So you can't really... So it's... I like Bernie, I do. His ideas are probably this... If I was to vote Democrat, he's the one that I'm going to vote for. I am going to guarantee you that if I... When it does come down to comes down to the primary, and I am going to vote for Bernie for the Democratic side if I was to go Democratic for this. I don't know what everyone's... What all they're proposing. Well, I do know what most of them are. Some of them I don't. I got to go and look more into it. But as of now, Bernie Sanders is the guy I'm probably going to vote for, just because I think he has the ideas that I want. That I feel like that could be done. Now let's talk about the laughingstock, or I call it the laughingstock, but surprisingly, he is the front runner in the Republican Party for the presidential election coming up, and that is Donald Trump. Now, Donald Trump, he's a good businessman, but I don't think he would make a good president. Well, wait, okay, so what we're going to talk about first is all his problems. Of course, there's the problems of him being racist, because he kicked out some black students out of a rally of his. Yes, that's an actual story. You can look it up if you want. There's hundreds of stories on the internet about it. So, yes, he is a racist. Also, he's a bigot. He is sexist towards women. And literally, I'm going to try and get this word to word from a conference that he was in, or from a rally or something. The lady was talking about that he called women pigs, fat pigs, dogs, and stuff like that. And then he comments that it's only Rosie O'Donnell. First off, fuck you, Donald Trump, for saying that to women in general. I'm not saying that it's bad because he pointed it directly. He said that it was only Rosie O'Donnell just to get heat off him because he's a bigot and he's sexist to women. Yes, and my roommate behind me, or in front of me right now, is giving me a thumbs down for that whole statement that I just said about Trump. And he's saying he is racist towards not just blacks, but Mexicans and Latinos as well, saying, they're not allowed in here. Okay. And we'll build a wall around Mexico and they're going to pay for it and everything. First of all, I'm pretty sure... Okay, he's talking about illegal immigrants that cross the border and come into our country. Yes, that's bad, and that needs to be fixed. But there are people coming from Mexico legally with passports and green cards and everything, wanting to become citizens to better their lives legally and correctly. They should be allowed to do that. How you should fix the problem of illegal immigrants coming in from Mexico into the United States. Fix the border. Put more people on patrol there so they can catch them. That is the easiest thing to do. Yet our government is so fucking idiotic. Sorry for my language. I should have said in the beginning that there is going to be cursing. I am going to curse a lot. But they are so idiotic and so brain dead that they're not going to do that because they don't want to waste the money on it. Yet we have the best military in the world, and most of our funding goes into the military. Like, okay, it is hilarious how they care more about the military than they do about education. And and you're saying, well, Sean, how do you support this? Look at what's happening in Illinois. Well, that isn't a national thing, that's more of a state thing. And I'll make another video about that later. But Donald Trump, he's a bigot, he's racist, he's sexist, he's a fucking cunt. Yes. Even though I am 100% sure that he's going to win the Republican primary because his supporters are all dumbasses for believing in a false hope that he is actually going to make America great again. It's going to be a long while before anyone can actually make America great again. It was already great to begin with, but to get it back, I'm pretty sure he's getting financially back to what it was. I don't know, but I am sick of Donald Trump hearing all the news about him. And plus he made fun of a reporter because he was disabled. And literally, he was... I don't want to show the motions on here. You can find the video. A lot of this stuff is video. You can find video evidence of everything that I'm talking about on YouTube, on Google, on the internet. You can find the video clips of him doing this and everything. So, I am not wrong. He is making fun of disabled people, being racist against blacks and Latinos. I haven't heard anything about him being racist to Asians at all, but I'm pretty sure he is. He's being a bigot to women. He's being sexist toward women. I just think that he isn't the best candidate. He's not qualified for it. So here's what I think is here's what I want to happen, but I'm damn sure it's not going to happen. Bernie Sanders, I want him to win the Democratic primary because he is the best Democratic candidate that we have. On the Republican side, I want Ted Cruz to win. I don't want Donald Trump to become, even though I know for a fact 100% he's going to win. I don't want him to. I will defend myself and say Donald Trump is the worst candidate that we have in the political race right now. Right now. I'm not saying next election, whatever. As of the 2016 presidential election, he is the worst. Plain and simple. The country is not a business. It isn't. It just isn't. So, those are my beliefs. You guys can... And that's my opinion, and I should be allowed to have my own opinion. I shouldn't be able to believe in what others believe. They shouldn't force their opinions on me. And you know what? You guys have your own opinions. You can do whatever you want. Say whatever you want. I may not like your decision. I might not like who you're going to vote for. But I respect it. I honestly do. So, if you want to have a comment word below as to who you want to win the presidency, who you want to win for, who you want to win for the primary of your respective party, go for it. I don't really care. I don't care. Really, I don't. This doesn't have as much for an emotional. It doesn't have that big of an emotional connection to me, even though it should have a big emotional connection for me, since I am the generation that's going to probably live with this president for another 48 years, depending on what happens. And it's going to affect me in every way with taxes and everything. So, honestly, right now, and one more thing about Donald Trump, his supporters are more violent than anything that I've seen in any political debate or any political race ever. There are videos of them causing riots, fighting, and I'm like, we gotta learn that violence is not the answer to everything. If someone disagrees with your opinion, you should learn to respect their decision and say, okay, yes, I understand that you like Donald Trump, or you like Bernie Sanders, or you like Ted Cruz, or you like whoever, but here's how I think this person's better. And be respectful to them. And don't shove it down their fucking throats. That's what the media does. The media is shoving the opinions, is shoving everything down our throats that it's just like, oh, you have to vote for this person. Just shove it down. That's like all in the news. It's like Donald Trump, Donald Trump, Donald Trump. Shoving it down your throat too much. We've had enough of Donald Trump. At least I have. I am sick and tired of him being in the news because of him being a racist, being a bigot, being sexist, whatever. So you know what? I'm done. I am not going to talk anymore, at least try not to. This is probably going to be the only video I'm going to post about the presidential election until it comes around to actually the actual election in November. So, basically in a nutshell, Bernie Sanders, Ted Cruz is what I want to have for the final election between the one Democratic and one Republican candidate. But it's not going to happen. It's going to be Hillary and Donald. I am just so upset right now. So, like and comment the video and subscribe to my channel. Comment all you want. I'll see you guys in the next video. By the way, about that video, that sketch music video hybrid, we've been having conflict issues, me and the actors. It's not like we've been fighting with each other. It's just our schedules are not the same. We are college students. We have other responsibilities and obligations to attend to. So I understand that. And I do understand that. Like, I've been in theater for so many times, and I've had other I'm in organizations where I've been busy a lot, and we've just been conflicting with our schedules and everything, so we can't sit down and actually start filming. So I am talking with my actors right now that are going to be in the video on getting a good timetable as to when we're going to shoot. I know we're shooting over the course of 3 days. So the actual shooting of the video shouldn't take that long. The editing will probably take a little bit longer than expected. So I am praying and hoping that we'll probably get that video out roughly by May. Sometime in May is when I'll have it out. And I'll do videos like this where I'm talking about another issue or something. I'm going to talk about that and just so I can voice my opinion. So I'm going to do that. Sorry. That it isn't really quality content. It's just me speaking my mind. So you can call it a vlog. You can call it whatever you want. I just call it Sean's Corner. Where that's a series that I'm going to make now. Sean's Corner, episode number 1, the political race. That's what the title of the video is going to be. So thank you all again. Like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out, Girl Scouts.